Welcome back, everyone. My name's Tomorrow, and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Rogue Trader. Where we left off last time, we were in the Atrium District, and we're going to head into the Liege's Palace. We also picked up a brand new staff, which I am dying to try in combat, but apparently not yet. Oh, I guess we're going right into a conversation. Here we go. Vladame Takara the Liege, my patience. You remember the way out. Dismissed. The tall man in austere grey clothes makes a show of looking past the woman he's addressing. Vladame, Vladame, Vladame. What Aussie put such harsh words into your mouth? You talk like you're an imperial clerk, not one of us. The woman, who is standing with her back to you, lets out an ostentatious sigh. Then her tone changes dramatically. Where's my cargo, Vladame? Elko has it, doesn't he? So that's how you do business with your old friends these days. So you don't remember it. Then the help will remind you. Guards, escort her out. Haydari, move. The massive guard leans down to the woman and says in a lowered voice, Jay, get going while he's letting you. Go drown your sorrows at the Amassicus. And thank the lucky stars you were able to walk out the door. You won't get the chance next time. We have to go talk with her later, apparently. First an insult and now threats. I see courtesy and tact are no longer a valued commodity in Footfall. Oh well, I'll find myself a better deal. She turns on her heel and heads towards the exit. As she passes by you, she gives you a quick once-over, winks at you, then immediately turns away with a flip of her jet black hair. I like you, we're gonna recruit you, hopefully. I think you're cool. The tall man, who has long since noticed your presence, is studying you intently. Vladame Takara, Liege of Footfall. Let us please proceed to my office. A spread befitting a visitor of your rank is waiting. Your entourage will be accommodated nearby. I was expecting a welcome more befitting a visit from a rogue trader, not a scene. My apologies, it was no sign of disrespect towards your esteemed personage. Please allow me to prove it. Okay. While you are engaged in small talk, you get the chance to take a measure of the Liege Takara. His expression is aloof and focused. His gestures curt and firm, and his speech calm and quiet, as though he is used to people always listening to what he says. Judging by his observant gaze, he has been studying you in turn this whole time. Vladame straightens in his chair and says in a polite but completely indifferent tone, Let's talk business. On behalf of the elite of Footfall Station, I offer you my condolences, Lord von Valencius. We mourn Lady Theodora's loss, and we hope this sentiment is taken as a sign of our good intentions and willingness to cooperate. I've heard more sincere expressions of grief. He nods calmly. A fair point. You can, however, be assured of the sincerity of my desire to cooperate with you. It was a bold move on your part to announce yourself as the new rogue trader of the von Valencius dynasty, despite not yet having your status confirmed by anyone of import in the Imperium. I appreciate such traits in people. It's good to understand who you're dealing with. As you may have noticed, Footfall is currently in a state of crisis. Its people would benefit from the patronage of such a figure as yourself. Who was the woman the wardens threw out? Vladame's expression hardens and he makes a frustrated gesture. A dead woman walking. Some, however, still call her Jay Haydari. A small-time hustler with big ambitions that will lead her to a sticky end. It's strange, a small-time hustler, even a particularly audacious one, wouldn't likely quarrel in public with a figure as important as the Liege of Footfall. What seems stranger still is that the Liege knows this small fry by name. He is irrelevant, since I'm the one in control of the situation on Footfall. I can speak on behalf of all of its noteworthy residents. I was attacked right at the docks. An outrageous stunt, a show of disrespect for both you and me. Sadly, such incidents on Footfall are akin to natural disasters. Impossible to predict or preempt, they simply happen. Many consider Footfall to be a pirate den, but believe me when I say there is a difference between organized crime and gangs of thugs who have nothing to lose. You were attacked by the latter. The Anvers are a gang of punks who spit on our customs and hierarchy. Even their leader is more akin to an ideologue, a rabble-rouser who calls for people's heads, not a commander. Sooner or later we'll find him and have him strung up. That will cool his followers' enthusiasm. Behind the carefully built facade of composure, you sense anger. It appears this man is not used to losing control, but that is exactly what is happening. I can tell they've been a real pain for you. I bet you'd love to gut those jokers, wouldn't you? Come on, admit it. You would, wouldn't you? A shark-like smile appears on Vladame's face, bloody and vicious. Back where I grew up, they called it throwing someone for a loop. They carve a particular sign on the person's forehead, then load them alive into the slag disposal chute and send them out to orbit the station. Every 30 years we clean the orbit and count how many stiffs bearing which signs have been floating around. You have no idea how much I want to throw those little thugs for a loop like the good old days. What is the situation in the region? Troubling. Xenos raids are growing more frequent, trade is suffering, and fringe worlds are going under. Rumors of atrocities being committed by the enemies of humanity are causing excessive panic due to their exotic nature. The core of the Imperium forces in the Coronis Expanse has departed for the sector's borders to combat the Xenos threat. There's been no word for them for a while. Then again, with the distance and the current issues with astropaths, that's not entirely out of the ordinary. Still, we are not yet alone. From several of the worlds hit by Xenos attacks, we received reports of fierce warriors who descended from the sky and entered the fray. The fragmentary accounts led me to believe that the blessed Adeptus Astartes are operating in the Coronis Expanse, and I await news of their victories with great anticipation. Any Xenos on footfall? No, there haven't been. The attacking footfall in general is not a particularly reasonable thing to do. Many ships are docked here at any given time, and even the listed weapons on board them would make for a decent fighting force, and that's not even to mention the firepower that our esteemed merchants have shamefully hidden from the station's customs officials. For us here, Xenos are more of a source of income than a threat. He freezes, gauging our reaction. There is no shame in selling one's trophies for profit. It's a delight to be talking to a business-minded individual. So what sort of patronage do you want from me? Protection, not military protection, but a different kind of security. You have, of course, already encountered difficulties with warp navigation on your way here. I'm afraid the scope of these difficulties extends far beyond this area. Reports of disrupted routes and ships vanishing during short jumps are coming in from across the entire sector. Communication with the Calixis sector has been extremely unstable. Of the ships that have dived into the Maw in recent years, none have returned. The last ship that came through the Maw from the other side was struck by a temporal anomaly. The jump took almost 2 decades in real space-time. You're well aware that the warp is unpredictable and its fluctuations are common, even expected occurrence. We failed a warp test there. And this brings us to our main issue. Footfall is a repair shipyard and a trading post. We barely produce anything ourselves and are largely dependent on incoming shipments, especially food shipments. The station naturally has some reserves, but the supply issues didn't start yesterday. Footfall would be obliged if House von Valencius would assist us by signing a contract for food deliveries. I can't be the only one you've asked for help. Naturally, I tried contacting the other rogue traders, but the terms of House Cadora would have bled Footfall dry, and as for the esteemed Caligos Winterscale, instead of a food shipment from him, I received a transport, the Navica, packed with refugees. I had to send them off to Palestone. So many extra mouths to feed would have only worsened the crisis further. I suppose all these warp fluctuations must have created more pressing concerns for Lord Winterscale, and so I put my faith in you, the third and last of Footfall's allies. What are the terms? It's simple. A delivery of food shipments from the fertile worlds, Janus I imagine. I'm quite familiar with that jewel of the Von Valencius Protectorate, in exchange for fair payment. The payment will be unfair, as I'll be robbing you blind, but you will remain in charge. Do we have a deal? Why would Footfall agree to such a deal? By accepting it, we would anger the esteemed Ascedia Corda without gaining anything. Let's discuss more realistic prospects for our partnership. Get on your knees and ask properly, then I'll help. Well, he did it. I didn't actually expect him to, but here we are. We have been knelt to. Vladame's eyes narrow as he gives you a calm, appraising look, then kneels. His body, unaccustomed to such displays of obedience, moves slowly as if the air has suddenly grown thick. If this is the price for the station's prosperity, I will pay it. What is happening in the Shadow Quarters? Why is there a quarantine? Oh, that, he grimaces. Who knows? Could be an actual epidemic. Perhaps the two families started it all. Just came down with food poisoning at the same time. We're on a space station. The best solution here is to isolate the area and wait for the problem to resolve itself. I wish to enter the quarantine zone. Out of the question. You'd be putting both yourself and the station at risk. I believe I said I would wish to enter the quarantine zone. You would dare defy the will of a rogue trader? Vladimir clenches his teeth and remains silent for a moment. Your impudence could spell the end of you and the entire station, but as you wish. I'll have my people clear a small passage for you. It will take time, mind you. He scoffs. The place has been mined properly. It will take days, if not more, but you'll get your way in. I would like to know more about the Anvers gang. Why haven't they been dealt with yet? He grits his teeth slightly before answering. I've been using all my resources to delay the moment when the station is hit by famine. I haven't gotten around to the Anvers yet. As detrimental as they are, they're no players. When their leader dies, the rest will scatter. Where does one go to make a few deals here on the station? Here, I'm the main dealer on the station, and it would be disrespectful for me to suggest that you take your business to footfall traders of lesser importance. Still, you might want to take interest in a few people of note. For example, Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso, the servant of the ecclesiarchy, is rumored to purchase sacred relics from captains, and other traders don't seem keen on becoming his competitors. If you're looking for goods that can entertain you, find Octaviana at an establishment called the Adeptus Amesecus. The chemical bliss that she offers is refined and possesses a satisfactory degree of purity. Just don't ask her to pour you a signature drink. It's meant for common football rabble, not discerning clientele. What do you got? At your service? Generous discounts, you say. Alright, what's he got? So we have no reputation for the Casbalica mission, but what do we got for items here? Lots of items, of course. Let's take a quick peek at them. So revolvers, we can get the med kits and stuff. Like, these are all things we can just pick up. And we might as well, right? No point in not doing so. Commissar boots. Whenever the wearer chooses an ally as the target of their ability, the wearer immediately gains fellowship bonus divided by 2 movement points. The targeted ally gains 2 movement points at the start of the ally's next turn. Okay. Each time the wearer spends 10 stacks of tactical advantage to gain +1 resolve. It's kind of interesting. A hex rifle, which is pretty good, honestly. It is an enormously expensive rifle, though. Look at that, 66 profit factor. Damn, bladed boots. Whenever the wearer hits an opening with the charge, slash, or dance macabre abilities, they inflict bleeding on the person. Telepath staff, mine scrambler grenade, some bolters. Actually, that's a really nice bolter. It's a really, really nice bolter. If we were to try and... Oops, I didn't actually mean to hit escape. Let's go back in. Excuse me. Alright. If we were to try and butter him up, we could get 2200, which wouldn't even get us up to the first level, so no, pass. We'll come back with more gear later. There is nothing else of note here. I do want to go to the Shadow Quarter.
I won't
and we're supposed to go meet with that woman. Lord Captain, I'm pleased to report that the inspections have been completed and all identified system failures have been resolved. The void ship is ready to depart Footfall. Crew is waiting for your further instructions, and there are a number of issues that need to be addressed. Yo, okay, who said that? Well, let's go outside. Is it taking us to our ship? That is the splash screen for our ship. Never mind. A well-groomed young man calls out to you. He is clean-shaven and dressed in clothes that are expensive but unshowy, with a bright aquila embroidered in a prominent spot. Your lordship, I humbly ask for a minute of your time. I am Bastian Inderma Bastal Corda, youngest cousin of House Corda, envoy of Incendia Bastal Corda, rogue trader of the Cronus Expanse by the grace of the most holy emperor. Corda, They are some of the most influential rogue traders in the Cronus Expanse, but not on Footfall. The station is under the control of House Winterscale. Something tells me that we're about to hear a most curious offer. What do you want to speak to me about? A matter of the utmost delicacy. You see, you've been to the residence of the Liege. Vladame is almost certainly appealed to you for assistance in the arrangement of shipments to Footfall. The Von Valencia's protectorate is famed for the abundance of its main agro-world, Janus. It would be odd for him not to seize on an opportunity when Footfall is on the verge of famine. However, the Corda dynasty pursues its own interests on Footfall. We've already announced our terms to the Liege, but he is stalling. I imagine in hopes of getting a better offer from you. The Corda dynasty believes, Bastian smiles and gives a slight shrug, that cooperation would be preferable for both the rogue trader houses. If you refuse Vladame, thereby forcing him to agree to a deal with us, the Corda dynasty can promise you a share of the profits from the future contract, as well as certain other prerequisites. Everyone benefits. The Emperor's most loyal servants should be more concerned with carrying his will through the stars and less with divvying up profit among themselves, she says disapprovingly, but quiet enough as not to interrupt the negotiations, especially when the well-being of one of the Imperium's worlds is at stake, even one such as Footfall. Behind your smile, Master Bastian, Teal's shadows swirl. Others may not see them, but your worry cannot escape my eye. What are you afraid of? Your house's wrath should these negotiations prove fruitless, or the wrath of House von Valencius? Adira, who was yawning in boredom a moment ago, flinches and clutches her face Her fingernails digging into her skin. They're coming again. Brothers are the ones who came before. I just don't get it. Do they all have a death wish? I appreciate the warning, Adira. What? Bastion stares at you in surprise, then turns around. Death to off-worlders. The Anvers rule. Oh, he got killed. I'll get help. Someone yells and then ran away.
And bow before me.
I'll bleed you
Okay,
dry.
get to position. That's Cassia. Cassia's fine there, that's good. Cassia, main character, Abelard, can go just straight up. Anver thugs everywhere, just a bunch of them. Cassia go further up. She goes first, right? So she can move up, blast this way, and kill a bunch of them. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, she can't go that far up. Yeah, we can move her there. Argenta can get to cover. Pascal can just go... Where are you on the turn order, Pascal? Not that far up, so he can go up there. He can be out of cover for a minute. Adira is not going to be in cover, but she'll get to cover next turn. That's fine. Everyone else is good. Cassia, if you move to here...
Emperor, give me
A
strength.
little bit of cover there. It'll probably blow up. So we can hit a good chunk of them.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
That kills a few of them. Good. And then we will... what? Set up our things, I guess. Front line can be somewhere around here, I think. Like, how about here? And then back line is dodge and reduction. Can be over here with her. Or back here with them, I guess. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And then rear for the damage will be
Do not dare ask.
here. With Adira. She can shoot from there. I'm pretty sure. And we still have some stuff to do, so let's do what? Pascal could shoot these two, or shoot one of those two, I guess. Or Adira could... Nope, out of range. Actually, everyone's out of range. Abelard may be able to charge, though. Let's see. Can't hurt. Can you charge there?
Indeed.
And that explodes that man. And
I
we'll
will
grab
do my duty.
That's... I don't know who Twice Dead Lanny is or where he is. He might be way back. Oh, he's got lots of life, and he's got a rifle. He's going to be annoying to get to. Alright. Cassia, you are done your turn, I think. Argenta. Can you shoot? Can you barrage? Yes, but your 0% chance to hit is not great. Alright. We could run and gun, or we could move up, but then run and gun, and then move again. But where would we go? Is there cover down there? There's cover there. There's probably cover there, right? Guess we'll find out.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
There is cover here, okay. And still in line of sight, so good. That's much better. Chance to hit. Sure.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
We could do another blast. 25% chance to hit. 10% chance to hit the guy back there. Sure, why not? Yeah, we're okay. Give ourselves some furious recital.
Let's get
Alright,
to
Lenny, how good are you at shooting? Okay, that didn't hit as nearly
Here
as
we
hard as I
go.
thought it was going to be. Armored Anvers are coming in.
Way.
Shotgunned Abelard for
Brace
0.
yourself, Abelard.
Pascal is going to run to cover and then blast with his plasma pistol. Just like this.
Request approved.
Realistically, I probably should have done this first, but that's fine. And that's it for now, I think.
Let's make
Oh,
it
there's
quick.
a thug back there. I didn't even notice him.
Emperor, deliver us.
Hold on.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of them back there.
Here, maggot.
That's okay. Our main character can probably kill all of them with Emperor's Wrath. So, move up to cover and
What
start
is
shooting
this
at people.
foreboding?
80% chance to hit that guy, 47% chance to hit that guy, or 90% chance to hit that guy.
On it! What an unfortunate turn of fate.
I think he's dead. He is definitely dead. And I think we're just going to call that a turn there for her. Abelard can go right to there and start hitting him. Just skip past that one. Don't care too much about him. Okay. Let's do this. Can't quite charge. I actually need to move one more step. We could break through. Now let's just attack.
It will be done.
And then we'll just use
Victory
Endure.
is imminent.
And a Rock Creep. Okay, main character. We now have Emperor's Wrath. There's one that costs 0, and then one that doesn't cost 0. I'm not sure which one's which or why. Anywho, we need to do some things first before I start firing that off. Let's do this. Oh, it's a desperate measure. This is the heroic active version. I see. Each one has a different thing to them. Did some damage. Didn't kill them as much as I would have liked, though. Let's do it again, though.
I'll
Sure, why
bring
not?
glory to my bloodline.
That kills them. That does a lot of damage. Give ourselves some shields. Move to cover. There's a guard there to take some heat off of us, I guess. And maybe give no, we can't give finest hour.
Absolutely not.
We don't have as much momentum as I would have liked. Voice of command on Argenta. I mean, we could give her another turn. She could probably blast that thug, but we don't really need to. It's not really important. We might just call it a turn there. Oh, stun grenades are just annoying. A double stun grenade.
slaughter someone.
Okay. A guard has come out. Thanks, I guess. I don't see you being particularly useful, but
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
let's we can get 2 of them with Waking Nightmare. We just gotta be careful not to shoot our own people. We can't get
If I may,
Sniper. But we can kill those 2. Or almost kill those 2. Not quite kill those 2 though. Out of range, out of range. Okay, you're done. We can just move up and then gun this guy down. What is the turn order looking like? He's up next.
God Emperor,
Yeah, we
move
might as well.
through me. Be
This
the
is
fire
probably
in my
going to be a
heart.
bad place to be, but... was less ideal than I had hoped. Okay,
Let's get to it.
he's gonna snipe someone.
Die, die,
Holy crap. That was more damage than I assumed it was gonna be, but that's okay.
Let's get to it.
She'll be fine, we'll heal her up. Pascal. You can go here, blow these 2 up. We'll just go like this, and then we'll do it right. That hits our person in a way that I don't want it to. Okay. Instead, we just shoot, right? Yeah, okay. Did I still hit Abelard a little bit? I think I did. Sorry, Abelard.
Here we go. regret this.
Go, guard, go. I believe in you. That was okay. Good job. Adira, you have no line of sight on anyone, do you? And you are slow. You can move there and shoot that guy, I guess. It's not ideal.
Be gone.
But we can get rid of him anyways. Bullard doesn't get to do anything this turn. I think we're out of line of sight for those other ones. We can do this guy though.
Nothing nothing of value has been lost.
Dead.
Suits my purposes.
We're gonna need to heal her up pretty badly. Or run her to cover at the very least. Shield of Emperor. That's fine.
Out of my way.
More guards are coming out. Cassia, move up to cover. Bunch of damage. We could give
In the name
Abelard
of
a
House
turn.
Orselio, I shall prevail.
I'll take the AO, I don't care about that at all.
It will be done.
This is perfect. This is where I want to be. Right in the murder pit. Offhand. Might as well use the dual wield for something. Okay, he's dead. I think you got this, Argenta.
I'll do it.
You don't got this, Argenta. I'm sorry. I mistakenly believed in you. There you go. Keep gathering up. Gotta heal. I know we have some med kits
We
somewhere.
shall prevail.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
What's the best medic skill? 30. Not good. 65.
Watching
You.
the lazy handle sacred technology breaks my heart. Figuratively speaking, my cardiovascular augmentation can withstand much more than a...
Blessed be the hand of the healer.
You okay. Healed that one up. We do still have that old crippled arm, but that's not a big deal. Alright, let's loot some bodies. We killed everyone. Unfortunately, the one person's dead. Sector 2, watch your back. Make sure you're not being followed. Sector 2, you say? Bastion is in the midst of a crowd, but has a las pistol, an armored body glove, and a gas cloud grenade. It's too bad that he died horribly. I wonder if we could have saved him. Oh well. Such is life. Twice dead Lanny, sorry. Has a sniper rifle, a sin skin, and a Hospix. Plus 10 bonus to awareness. Nice. Okay. Oh, there's still more loot here. I think that's everything now. Let's go to where? Somebody wanted to talk to us somewhere, but also let's go see if we can go into the Shadow District. It's kind of where I want to go. I think I'm going the wrong way. I think it's this way? Yeah. Up here, over here. Yeah. Cool. Next area. Let's go to the Shadow Quarters. Alright, let's see if we can walk down there now. How do we get back down there? Down this way, I think. Let's go talk to
A
the
new
sergeant.
challenge for me?
He should be letting us in. Oh, it's you again. An order came down in regard to a steam cell. We're to clear out our passage and let you through. So here we are, clearing and disarming the mines. I don't know why you're in such a rush to fight it, but it's none of my business. You just wait, and we'll make way for you sooner or later. Okay, I guess we can't go in there yet. Well then, I guess we go to the Martyr's Endurance for now.
None shall stand in my way.
We can go talk to that one girl that was being all flirty with us in the Liege's house. Alright, where'd she be? Not in here. That's Ryza. Not who we're looking for either. Is this where we're supposed to meet her? Hang on, let's find out. Where is it? Chapter 2. Sector 2. We can find that place. Local habits headed. No, that's not it. Hunger's Hand. Also not what we're looking for. Yeah, she's supposed to be here in this bar somewhere. Okay.
It's about
Well, it's
time.
not Gorday's Skatov, but we can talk to them. The flabby man in worn clothes is sighing sadly over a glass of murky booze. Only when he looks up at you do you notice his eyes, large, piercing, and full of sorrow, a stark contrast to his unkempt appearance. Could it be that someone actually wishes to keep me company? He takes a closer look at you. Not just somebody. It's Lord von Valencius himself. Yours is an ancient and glorious line, your lordship. A number of magnificent structures built on your ancestors' orders, both for defensive and decorative purposes, remain in the Scaris sector. They keep your dynasty's memory alive despite the fact that it has long since focused its endeavors in a different sector. Abelard stares at you with surprise and respect, albeit even I was unaware of such details, and I have spent quite some time studying the chronicles of your noble bloodline. Allow me to introduce myself, Gordai Skatov, architectural historian. You look despondent over something. What happened? Oh, here I go again, pouring my heart out to you to have you disappear in 10 minutes just like everyone else before you, but alright. Here's the story of Gordai Skatov, the unluckiest historian in the Imperium. I was born 2 sectors away from here. My family was quite influential, which allowed me to dedicate myself to my passion, the history of Imperium architecture. I spent a number of years studying every scholarly work there was to find on this art, and then, once I inherited my family's fortune, I traveled and documented the development of architectural thought on different worlds until one day, oh, that accursed and blessed day, until one day I came into possession of something quite special. Gordai pulls what looks to be a book or an album with a homemade leather cover out of his bag. Both the pages and the binding look well worn. Here it is, my undoing. This is an authentic booklet titled Dwayne's Design, one of the thousands that were printed centuries ago in the times of Footfall's construction. What a curious read. Please tell us more. As Cassia takes a shy step forward, Gordai smiles and shows her some of the faded pages. Footfall's founder, Lord Parsimus, was obsessed with his creation's grand future. This booklet describes in detail what Footfall was meant to become upon its completion. Dozens of asteroids turned into glorious palaces and temples, massive bridges spanning the void itself, and the marvelous flying buttresses, the archivolts of exterior arches, and the elegant arrangement of balusters. And the interior, polyphorous 10 stories tall and more than a kilometer long, cyclopean light tubes that catch the light of Ferabundus and use it to brighten the halls in the hearts of the asteroids, stained glass windows and mosaics, bas reliefs and statues. Engrossed in his own description, Gordai stands up and starts tracing the outlines of arches and galleries with his hands. Adira blinks sleepily, barely suppresses a yawn, and starts looking around with a bored expression. Yeah, keep listening, this is interesting. Emerging from his reverie, he catches himself, blushes slightly, and loudly flops back to his seat. I apologize, I got carried away, but you must understand how deep an impression this booklet left on me when my young self picked it up. I simply couldn't think about anything other than Footfall. I was ready to give my life to see this incredible station, and of course, no matter how hard my friends and loved ones tried to dissuade me, I still gathered all my savings and set out on a journey. It's no easy feat to cross 2 sectors, especially for a common citizen, albeit one who has some resources at his disposal. I had to change one ship after another, at times being forced to stay on transfer worlds waiting for a vessel headed in the right direction, or for warp disturbances to subside. The voyage took me a total of 107 years, in real space-time of course. For me it was much less than that, somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 or 35, and then, after all those years, having spent all my savings, I reached my dream. And what did I see? A dump in place of the exquisite portico. Metal antails clinging to columns, the marble tiles pilfered by paupers to use as cladding for their hovels. Gordai hangs his head. It's been a dozen years since I came here, and I still haven't recovered from the shock. I had suspected that not everything from the booklet would exist in reality, but I never expected to see Footfall in such a sorry state. It's like stumbling upon the horrible decomposing corpse of your beautiful beloved. Argenta's gaze darkens. The warp, like a shameless thief, is guilty of stealing the short span allotted to his servants, but one senses there in spending half your life on such an enterprise, only then to lose your spirit and waste the remaining half on nothing at all. So then, ink and paper can lie and cause pain, she sighs sadly. Does this mean that all I've ever read will one day disappoint me with the ugliness of reality? But you're an architectural historian. Is what happened to Footfall not part of its history? Gordai strokes his goatee in thought. Yes, Footfall's current appearance, slums fused together with the remains of majestic palaces, is a unique phenomenon. It would be curious to observe if other places had taken after it, thereby solidifying it as the new style of architecture, or if it still remains a local oddity. My word, you certainly know how to provide the unexpected perspective on things. Be that as it may, I just wanted to say thank you for hearing me out. Over the dozen years I've spent on Footfall, not one person has hung around long enough to hear my story to the end. It's such a delight to have shared everything that's been weighing on my mind. I'm as poor as a church mouse, but I still have something to offer you as a token of my appreciation. After studying the booklet thoroughly, I discovered something interesting, a ciphered message scattered throughout its pages, taking the form of a riddle. It describes certain places of interest on Footfall. I believe it's the work of the booklet's creators. What if these riddles lead to something, a wondrous discovery? I will gladly share what I've been able to learn with you. Riddles? A flash of burning, almost childlike curiosity brightens Cassia's austere countenance. Have you not tried to make this wondrous discovery for yourself? I have, of course, but I'm an old man who's blind in one eye and can barely move my legs. I never found anything, but that doesn't mean there's nothing to find. Tell me. The first location from the riddles isn't far from here. It's a bridge that was supposed to go to the center of this district and built into the void towards the neighboring asteroid. Only a couple of its spans were built, and even those lie in ruins. Still, if the cache survived all these years, it's there somewhere. The second is the Lantern of the Great Cathedral. The lantern is a small tower on top of a dome. You've seen Footfall's atrium, haven't you? The whole atrium is just the nave of the former little cathedral. The liege's entire so-called palace would have fit inside what was meant to be not but a single room. The great cathedral, had it been built, would have been even bigger, but alas, its construction was just getting underway when Dwayne died and the work stopped. The lantern from its dome, however, had already been built and survived. It was brought inside the atrium and dubbed the Chapel of St. Drusus the Warrior. And that's all I know. Good luck in your search. Thanks. I'll give that a shot. We'll go look around. For that later. Bridge, Drusus. Cutscene time.
Rough day?
You have no idea.
I just might. That's the second bottle you've downed.
Jai Hidari. Falco sends his regards.
And what does that unholy scion of a Grox and a Brahand want from me this time? Oh, wait, I don't really care. My sole plans for tonight are drowning my grief in a sea of Amasak.
We'll give you grief, all right. Get out!
Don't think so, Ashmag.
Good shooting.
And tell Falco to come himself next time.
Hidari, I am tired of your mess. Out! Get some sleep. We'll talk about settling up later.
Okti Shireen, light of my eyes. Can't you see my soul is full of sadness? Have you no heart at all? Let go of your material concerns and let me grieve in peace. Have we met somewhere before?
You don't remember? The woman looks at you with the glassy eyes of a drunk, and you notice the 2 empty bottles that had been keeping her company before you arrived. She looks completely out of place in this dingy, smoky bar. The fancy attire, the abundance of jewelry, the implants plated with precious metals. Her appearance not only screams wealth, but also audacity. for only an audacious person would flaunt their wealth in a place like this.
Greetings, Shireen. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
She speaks somewhat groggily as she examines you over the glass that is raised to her lips. Rogue trader Eltimor von Valencius.
Von Valancius. My deepest, humblest regards, your lordship. I never would have imagined I'd be standing at the bar, in the Amasekus, next to an honest-to-God Emperor rogue trader.
The woman, after taking a long sip from her glass, chokes and quickly clears her throat.
Jai Hedari at your service. Professional trader, shrewd commercial broker, and, may he steal my tongue if I'm lying, the most honest dealer on footfall. Nonetheless, we all have our problems, and at times even one's many merits aren't enough to solve them. Perhaps it would be no trouble for a person with your kind of power and standing to assist someone with my kind of predicament. I have heard a great deal about how open-minded the members of the von Valancius dynasty are, and Lady Theodora especially.
What kind of cargo was stolen from you?
Goods of incredible rarity, Shireen. But it's not just that. 24 of my people lost their lives in the impenetrable emptiness of the void to acquire them. I cannot leave their families with nothing.
I see. Ordinary smugglers do not dress so ostentatiously or behave so brazenly, and they are unlikely to spoil the mood of the Liege of Footfall with their mere appearance. This woman lost many people to obtain these rarest of goods, and to get them back, she turned to Vladimir Takara, the patron of all cold trade in the Expanse. Her cargo can be nothing other than Xeno artifacts, creations of the enemies of humanity branded with heresy. I wish to ask you a few questions before I decide.
Ask as many as you wish, Shireen. Trust is the key to a successful endeavor.
What do you need help with?
You see, Shireen, there's one cardinal rule on footfall. Anything goes as long as it doesn't get in the way of business. I'm someone who's been able to exploit that rule to the fullest. And in recent years, I've hit it so big, I've become a speck of sand in someone's green eye. They used to throw small wrenches into my dealings here and there. Well, now they've decided to really put their backs into it. Some rats stolen my cargo and dragged it off to the seediest part of the Shadow Quarters. A crummy place even for connoisseurs of Footfall's unique atmosphere. When I asked the Liege for protection, we had a mutual misunderstanding. I believe Vladimir, in a most lamentable fashion, has forgotten his duties as guardian of the downtrodden and wronged. So I'm in desperate need of a new one. And you, Shireen, fit the bill perfectly. All I need is for you to drop by one dark corner of Footfall Shadow Quarters and pound it into the thieves' heads that taking Hedari's property carries certain risks.
Jay appears to be a serious operator on Footfall. The Legion's refusal to help means the loss of a potential ally, so Jai is encroaching on his turf. If Vladimir is not responsible for the disappearance of Jay's cargo, he will certainly benefit greatly from it. I suspect Vladimir wants to keep the cargo out of your hands, and I want to put him in his place. Actually, if the Liege is neglecting his duties, I shall become your patron.
May the Exalted One bless you and your progeny. Then here's what we'll do. We shouldn't be seen together before we make it to the safe house. I'll head there first. I'll take my own special route so I won't be spotted.
Okay.
Right. Here, that's where those ashmags are keeping the stolen cargo. Out the bar, over the bridge, and to the left. There in the depths you'll find a small courtyard, through which you can get to the place. I'll be waiting nearby. You can come when it suits you, but the sooner you do, the better. I'll see you then, Shireen.
Okay, I know it's getting late and this is getting long, but I kind of want to go do a little bit more questing before the end of this video, so let's continue on. I only got one chance to use my cool new staff, and I want to blow up more people with it. Or maybe gain a level, one of the two. Anywho, we need to leave in any regard. There's a couple things we need to do in the Shadow District, or Shadow Quarters, I should say. Okay. So,
Victory awaits.
there were a couple things we needed to do. There's like a place to the left we're supposed to go. I think we've already done, or the place to the right, I think. Hang on, let's just read our notes. Let's just blah, blah, blah. Shattered Spirit. On our bridge. Rot is turn off, can be seen from the Adeptus Amexicus. Should be enough to find the place. Okay. We should talk to the local inhabitants or the Legion of Footfall to provide more information. Shortages of provisions, we're going to work on that. Northeastern part of the Shadow Quarters. So here? I guess.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Well, there's goods there. Oh, it's a bridge. Note from the bridge cache. The crumpled note only has a fragment of text left. You're on the right path, Seeker. The other caches... Right, that's that one part. So this is to the warehouse, I guess. Let's go deal with this. I think we've been in here before, but I don't think we had the quest to do stuff with it. Jay's assistant is here, so is Jay, Tora, and Core. They're all just charging in, and so are we, apparently. This says, the container is sealed shut on all sides. You notice the remnants of metallic tags that have been cut. There's some sort of loot over here. And right there. Okay. They're all in cover, it looks like, or preparing for cover.
A new
Which means we are
challenge for
probably
me,
going to be in
Captain.
combat really
Do
soon.
you think this enterprise is wise? I wouldn't be surprised if this all turns out to be a trap.
I concur with Master Viserion. This place reminds me of the maintenance modules on Urak 5. All the colors are so grubby.
The container is airtight. You get the feeling this box was originally a standard box for transporting non-fragile cargo that was sealed manually. The container is filled with something heavy. It's difficult to discern what exactly. Does Jada want to talk before this goes down? Nope, apparently not. So there's a servitor, some bandits, and some stuff. Do we just go up? Start this up?
I won't heed
Yes,
your
apparently
cries
so.
of mercy.
Alrighty.
Level you!
So some bandits here, of course, bandit hitmen and stuff. But let's get Cassia to cover. Our main character to cover. Abelard to cover there, but not on that side. Over here. Pascal over here. Argenta can just be in cover here, I guess. Kadira, cover back here. And we begin. How many people can we just hit with Lidless Stare? Most of them. The servitors are not part of this fight, apparently. Did okay. There's a lot of poison around now, though. Anyways, let's frontline this. Frontline can be here.
serfs?
Backline can be here. Here. I'm gonna move her back actually to here. She's standing in some sort of what appears to be poison or something. We did hit that servitor. Maybe the servitors are part of this fight. Maybe they might be. There's also a combat servitor that we didn't hit properly, I guess. And the last one will be back here.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
And then I guess we should give, like,
I am a
Argenta's
navigator,
turn.
not a servitor.
Yeah, just fire over there.
Each strike is a prayer.
Knocked out, not too bad. More momentum. Done her turn. Now it's actually Argenta's turn.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Okay, one of them died.
I'll do it.
We run and gun, and we can use... We can have these concentrated fire or burst fire. I think I'm going to take burst fire. Just keep shooting over in that direction. Seems to be going pretty okay. Ah, that wasn't so bad. Alright, done. Oh, there's more of them. More armored banditos.
Let's make it quick.
Who are just running through the poison.
Let's get to it.
He shot me. Can't believe he's done this.
The order is contrary to dogmatic protocols.
That did a fair amount of damage. We keep forgetting to use our actual abilities.
Request denied.
Okay.
Hold on.
Tora's moving up.
A moving target lives longer.
Not doing anything. Good grenade. Is Cassius turning it already? Come to our main character. And Adira. Did Cassius just get like a whole nother turn? I'm really confused, but I do want to move her. Oh no, they gave her an extra turn. I see. Okay. I see what happened here. That's gonna hit Abelard. We gotta be careful about where we aim this thing. If we do that, it's bad for us. Okay, what if we aim here?
That is foolishness.
That worked out pretty okay, I think. We blew up our cover though, so let's just move over to different cover. We also blew up Argenta's cover, so. There's a combat servitor coming in. And Adira is good to do some stuff. Let's actually start using our abilities well. Let's snipe down this guy. We're going to analyze him. Expose him. We'll grab piercing shot.
Anything else?
And then we can just shoot. We have a pretty good chance to hit a couple people. I hit that guy and killed, I think, another one up there. So that worked well. Main character's turn. Let's get some resolve going. Some shield. And we gotta blast some peeps. Are we not in range of anyone? It's a relatively close range, okay. We could move up and just blast some people, but that's gonna put us in a very dangerous and precarious place. So instead, what do? We just want to blind of sight, so we could hit that guy. Or not. Guess I couldn't see him. Oh well. Next turn, Abelard needs to go out and do some fighting.
I've seen worse
There's an
battles
armored
than this
bandit
in my
here.
time.
We're gonna grab
At your beck and
heavy hit.
call.
Cut this man down.
Reduced to dust.
Shard. That's 2, right? That's not charge. Let's use Endure. That one. We could give him another turn, but I don't think I'm going to. Not yet.
Let's get to it.
Show me what you got.
There's not a huge amount of enemies
Let's get
left.
to it.
That was terrible. There's a whole combat servitor left, though that is annoying.
Help me, Lord Captain.
Wow, that hurt. Okay, we gotta be a little more careful where we're standing, apparently. You've got to be shitting me. That's a lot of stun. Double stun.
Here we go.
I don't know if I actually got stunned.
Out
We might have
my
too much
way.
resolve. Ow.
I'll live another day.
We gotta get out of that stuff. It's Cassia's actual turn again.
Try to die with grace, at least.
That kills many of them. Let's get out of the death cloud for now. Can't give herself another turn, but we could. There's a lot of poison around. Could give Abelard one. He could charge over here and fight this servitor. There's 2 servitors alive. That's a good idea. Let's do that. I think that he can actually make it there relatively unscathed.
My place is at the fore.
Let's grab Reckless Strike. And then another hit.
Indeed.
That was 60 damage.
Victory is imminent. I took care of this one.
That one's dead. Cassia's done her turn. I don't think... I could charge across, I guess. Abelard, it's on you. Here we go. Oh, you can't make it. But you can almost make it. You close
At
enough to
your
make
beck
it.
and call.
He took a little poison damage. It's fine. Okay, I need to move her out of this poison death cloud.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Maybe be able to burst fire there. Not the worst. It's not great either, though. And it will shoot our own people, so maybe not. Let's just shoot someone normally.
I will not.
Okay, maybe not then. That was a surprising hit, but it did work. Good. You can revel in slaughter, I guess. Cool.
How?
That was a lot of
you.
lasers.
Let's get to it.
That one didn't die. Cassia's healed mostly of her own
Watch
right.
my back.
Jay, you don't go running through the poison.
Never fight fair.
That kind of worked though, I guess.
Going somewhere?
Okay, well that worked out really well actually. Never mind. Let's do this. So we gotta expose wounds, or expose, whatever. Analyze, expose,
Will do.
hunt. Oh, we were in range.
Anything else?
And we have 3 left, so piercing attack and precise strike. 45 damage is pretty good. Main character can move up to... No, we can't. That's a terrible place to be. Let's just move around to here. Oh, we have to run through poison no matter what. We're able to hit from here, so let's just run through the poison. Didn't actually seem to cause any problems for him. Great. We could kill him, potentially. But first we get some resolve. Then some shield. And then we blast. Potentially twice. We'll see if that works. 1 hit. And...
My time is
2
now.
hits. Is the last guy alive? No, there's still bandit. Oh, right. There's still the bandit back there. Okay. Abelard, it's all on you now. Can you charge him? Yes. I don't actually know what happened there. I'm a little confused as to what just occurred, but okay.
It will be done. Target well struck.
63 damage in the back. Can't do much else
Let's
this
make
turn.
it quick.
Jay's assistant's gonna die by running through poison like an idiot. Same with this one. That one didn't. Oh, that one died. Never mind. Cassia is very much alive, but will definitely kill Abelard if he just attacks through there. You can certainly try though.
You don't
Ow.
frighten me!
Actually,
I'm
it's
not
fine.
accustomed to being ordered around.
Done. Problem solved. They just ran away. You think that after this cutscene, this poison's gonna go away? Kinda hoping it does. Do you think I should just skip this cutscene? Because nothing's happening here, but I don't know what we're waiting for. 235. Thank the Exalted One. Those ash mags didn't have time to make off with anything yet. Jake carefully inspects the containers, emblazoned with markings from some unknown freight operator, then smiles and touches the comm bead in her ear. Give me 2 minutes, Shireen. I'll send the coordinates to my loyal crew who will deliver my property to somewhere safe. And done. She removes her hand from her ear and turns to us. We're good. Now how about we relocate to a more pleasant and private space to discuss the details of our deal, specifically payments for your efforts. What, we're just going to leave your priceless cargo here unattended? Nothing to worry about. After all the ruckus we caused here, I doubt anyone will go anywhere near the containers. I am, however, infinitely flattered by your concern for our property. Hope your vented wisdom was worth all this trouble. Jay opens her mouth to reply when you hear the sounds of many footsteps behind us. Stop right there in the name of the liege. The gaunt, skinned man just about died running through poison. Pale-skinned man in grimy clerical robes glances at you and immediately falls to his knees obsequiously. Your Excellency, please forgive my vehemence, most noble Eltmar. I never expected to encounter such eminent persons in this corner of Footfall. I am Vladimir Takara's personal agent, the man hesitates, choosing his words carefully. I came here to remove from criminal circulation a shipment, the distribution of which is banned in the lands of Footfall. Horrendous xeno-heresy that has been fraudulently delivered to a bastion of the Holy Imperium. He looks at Jai. I do not doubt for a moment, most noble Eltmar, that your presence here is merely a misunderstanding brought about by another's manipulations. It's too great a coincidence that the Liege's representative should arrive in the Shadow Quarters just after Jay has recovered her rightful spoils, and it seems the guards have reported the problems with the shipment over the Vox, not just to anyone but to the Liege's personal agent. Vladimir Takara knew about the shipment from the start and planned to take it for himself, and get rid of Jai if he could. Behold, the grubby, underhanded dealings, or struggle between cold traders. And had not been for your impromptu deal struck at the bar, Vladimir may have succeeded. This cargo belongs to the von Valencius dynasty. Is Lord Takara trying to encroach upon the property of a rogue trader? What? No, your lordship, I beg you to forgive this wretched serf. A terrible misunderstanding. 1,000 apologies. I won't disturb you further. Jai watches him scurry away and then looks at you. I wish I could see Vladimir's face when he finds out he almost stepped on the toes of one of the most powerful people in the Expanse. Listen, Eltmar, I'm genuinely sorry about this confusion. Vladimir and I had our difficulties, but I never thought he'd want to clean me out and do away with me in some dark corner. At least not so soon. If you hadn't agreed to our deal, Shireen, my gang and I would already be floating in orbit around one of the Footfall's asteroids. A rogue trader could use someone with your talents and connections, Jay. I would like to see you in my retinue. Exalted One bless you and your dynasty. I wouldn't say no to marking the occasion properly. It's not every day you embark on a brilliant new business partnership. Abelard gives you a look of reproach. You sully the von Valencius name by inviting people like her into your retinue, Lord Captain. The decision is yours, but do not be surprised if unsavory rumors start to spread on Footfall. Argenta regards Jai. It's a strange circle you're forming around yourself, rogue trader. Sister Argenta, Jai gives her an almost lecherous once-over. I've heard all about your deeds on Footfall, but I never would have guessed there's an angelic beauty behind all the idle gossip. Either way, I'm entirely willing to join your retinue. From now on, my knowledge and experience are entirely at your disposal. Oh, and one more thing. If you're interested in a rather lucrative offer, one that can give the von Valencius Protectorate a leg up, I'd say now isn't the time to be thinking about such things, but once we get back to your ship, perhaps you could spare me a minute, Shireen. Alright, we're gonna maybe bring her along because I like her. She's cool. And maybe we'll replace Argenta, possibly. Everyone get out of the poison for now. His assistants are all dead.
How may I serve the dynasty?
Alright, let's loot some bodies. There's some boots there to check out in a minute. Alright, there's a bunch of loot. We got goods. A hitman that has nothing on him. More goods. With an item we'll take a look at in a second here. What's Curse of Rust? That's already worn off, I guess. Oh, just got a crippled leg and a fresh... How did she get a crippled leg? Oh, well, we'll heal it on the void ship in a bit. It's fine.
None shall stand in my way.
And that's not quite it. Let's go back down here. There's maybe more to be found.
See? Right
Yes.
there.
Yes, there is. Some more goodies and some more goodies. It's always good to take a look down at the end of things. Alright. Looks like we're good to go. That was an interesting fight. I'm not really sure how she got an injured leg, but here we are. Okay, so... I think what we'll do is we'll go back to our ship. We have a few people to talk to in our ship. Although maybe if we leave we can't finish up some stuff, so maybe we don't go back to our ship. I think we're allowed to go back to our ship. If we don't leave the station, I don't think it's going to cause any problems. At least I hope not anyways. This is all not able to be anything yet. So we're going to find that shrine though. There's a shrine to find, and I think the Druse's shrine, right? I think that's in the other sector. Let's go try and find that before the end of the video. I think it's in the docks area. I think it's the statue. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm completely bonkers. It is distinctly possible. Could be in the atrium. Our robot is talking to us. Opticon 22 wants to speak with us. Somewhere. The conversion point is here in the dock. And they want to discharge a contract of Logisticar Theta. I don't know what that means. Oh, Theodore made a contract years ago to do that.
Entertainment.
Okay, well, we'll deal with that in a minute. This is not what I was thinking it was.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Okay, that wasn't the thing in question. But we can go talk to Opticon 22. We're already here. I might take a quick jump onto the ship, too, just to heal up Idira. A familiar figure turns to you. Heinrich von Kalix, interrogator of the Ordo Xenos, bows his head respectfully. Lord Captain. Honored interrogator, was surprised. Did you perchance leave something in your cabin? Not at all, First Officer Wissarian. I'm not in the habit of leaving a trail, but I thank you for your concern. Greetings, interrogator. To what do I owe the pleasure of this latest visit? Only to our mutual duty to humanity. It is duty that demands that I disturb your peace once more. I was able to contact my mentor and report the tragic events that had transpired on Rykad Minoris. I also received some information from my agents regarding the movements and actions of enemies of humanity, including the Xenos that we're assuming were involved in the theft of the star. According to their findings, the threat now hangs over other worlds, this time yours, Lord Captain. Heinrich clears his throat and begins in a pointedly official tone. By the order of the Lord Inquisitor, Xavier Calzazar, whose duty is to stand sentinel over the Coronis Expanse, the rogue trader of House von Valencius is to take on board the agent of the Most Holy Inquisition and provide escort and support in deeds, great and small, that serve to safeguard the territories of the Imperium against its enemies. This decree is effective immediately and upon the announcement, and remains in effect until decided otherwise by His Excellency, Calzazar. Idira's whisper is barely audible. All I got from it is that ridding ourselves of the snitch won't be easy. Can't really say no, can I? Heinrich studies you for a moment, then ever so slightly, as if not wanting anything else to see, shakes his head. What exactly caused this need to rejoin my crew? The cause is the activity of humanity's enemies, including the Cult of the Final Dawn. In my absence, the situation in the Cronus Expanse has changed. I've received an exhaustive report from my agents. This heresy has taken root in the region where the Von Valencius worlds lie. You probably already know about the fate of the industrial world of Kavagama. If not, then I will share what details I know, but not here. Better to talk on board where we will not be overheard. A sanctioned psyker with an inquisitorial rosette in my retinue? For free, no less? The other rogue traders will be positively green with envy. Not the most common response to the news that I'll be constantly breathing down your neck. You aren't wrong, though. I prefer to repay favors in kind. Assist me by ensuring my work is unobstructed, and I'll assist you in return. I must also deliver this to you. He pulls out a sealed letter. The Lord Inquisitor specified that the contents of this envelope are for your eyes only. I would ask you to read it as soon as you have time. And that is everything for the time being. Are you headed to the ship, or do you have still business on footfall? Whatever the case, I can either wait for you on board or accompany you as part of your retinue. I do want to bring you along, but I don't have room for you this very second. I gotta figure out my group dynamic. Although I think we should bring Adira along. I don't know who's going to be able to stick in our group when we go more heretical, because people will definitely leave. But I think we're going to call it here. We've actually gone way over time, and now it's probably time for me to go to bed. For now, I'll leave you here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Take care.